What's something that you would do to ensure financial stability both now and in the future so that future generations aren't inheriting the same problems that my generation will as we enter the workforce?
Great question. Comes down to economic growth in this country, right? It's as though we've forgotten that our economy can actually grow at a higher rate than it is now.
Yeah.
So I think to do that, we got to unleash the US energy sector. We've got to put people back to work. We have a lot of incentives that people have not to work today. Well, I think that we can take those incentives away and actually tell people to feel proud of themselves by working more. And then reforming the Federal Reserve is also really important. The dollar has been really volatile. That shrinks economic growth. That's how we solve the national debt problem. So the way I look at it is instead of fighting over how we divvy up the pie, let's just grow the pie. Actually, that makes for a lot easier and more uniting of an approach that both makes sure the next generation has a country that has a real solid economic foundation that's still growing, but also does it in a way that's fair and brings everybody along.
President Biden, we know, is our oldest president in the country's history. If you won, you would be the youngest.
Yes.
What makes you think you're ready?
Well, look, I think that if we're being honest, I don't think anybody who's never been president is really, truly ready for that job. So I go into it with humility. But part of the reason I'm doing it now rather than 40 years from now is that I think we do live in a moment where young people need to understand and be reminded of and rediscover what it means to be an American. And I'm running to revive the actual values, the first principles that set the nation into motion, to revive our national identity, to answer what it means to be an American today. And I think I'm uniquely positioned to do that because I'm younger. I'm not yet jaded or cynical or tired or defeated yet. And I think that I can channel that in a positive way to say that, you know what, you may say I'm young, but I think we as a nation are just a little young, going through our own version of adolescence, figuring out who we are. And yes, we are in this national identity crisis, but you go through an identity crisis in adolescence. And so I think hopefully I can bring that positive vision to the table as a relatively younger person. I've also got fresh legs, energy, and hopefully can take the agenda, what I view as the America First agenda, even further than Donald Trump did as the true outsider in this race.
The opioid crisis has really hit this state pretty hard. And while there may not be one solution, what's something that you would do, particularly with the rise of fentanyl that we're seeing?
Use the military to secure our own border and to annihilate the drug cartels if necessary. I believe I can solve the fentanyl crisis as the U.S. president. I will not sit by as a bystander and just watch that happen. I'm passionate about this. We'll get that done. Thank you.